I was asking you, this was somewhere, when we were here a few years ago, a few weeks ago, is this amendment redundant? And I said yes, I think that it is, because but at the same time, it's on the floor. Some of our members feel strongly about it. It doesn't hurt anything to pass it. When Governor Haslam looks me in the eye and tells me he's negotiating with Kathleen Sebelius and others, and he's not going to do anything without without us passing a resolution okay, then I was okay with that. But there are some that felt more strongly that anything can happen. Let's put this in law. So that's how we ended up.
So what does that say about trust factor?
Ask those members. I'm not one of those. Ask Brian. I don't know how he'd answer that. I really don't.
Well, he says often, on the floor, he says it's just to make sure they check with us, but at the same time, he calls it the Stop Obamacare Act. So, I mean, he's sort of speaking two ways. One is he's blocking.
That's his, but the mayor has to talk to him about that. I voted for the amendment today because I don't think it hurt anything. The administration said they're fine with it, and so we passed the resolution.
The amendment that would have denied pay for the special session, was that added to the bill?
The what now?
The amendment that would have denied pay for a special session, was that put on the bill?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
So could you envision any
kind?
kind?
That goes back to the House then, right?
It goes back to the House.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
And I talked to Senator Kelsey after the session. He indicated there was nothing that the governor could probably come up with any kind of agreement with the federal government that he would ever agree to, and he didn't think that there would be any support in the Senate for any kind of Medicaid expansion.
I
conceivable.
I don't have a solution to what it would be. I have no idea. But I think that we do lay something on the table that does require personal responsibility, that does require co-payments, that you go on and on and on a long list, that it's possible that something like that could happen. I'm not going to, I mean, that's one person talking, that's another person talking. I think there's a possibility there, but it is far-fetched, simply because I don't think the federal government wants flexibility. They don't trust the Republican leadership of the state of Tennessee to take care of the medically needy. They don't trust us, and they think there's something sinister about that. So I don't think we'll ever reach that agreement. But is there a possibility we could reach that agreement? Yes.
And if they reach it during the middle of the legislative off season, would you support a special session?
Absolutely. That's what's needed.
This year in an election year?
I can honestly tell you I've never made a decision based on whether it's election year or not election year. And legislators that say that, I have a problem with that, to say the least. You got elected to make tough decisions. What do you think if you did it on non-election year? What do the people just do? Not forget about it the next year? Or is your opponent not going to bring it up? Oh, we can't bring that up. That was year before last. That is one of the most silly arguments I've ever met when you make a tough decision in election year or not election year.
Well, you guys would be busy out campaigning and whatnot. I mean,
you signed on. That's tough.
Senator Finney today was suggesting that the governor's just sort of playing everything along and really has no intention, never has, of wanting to expand Medicaid.
Well, I disagree with you. I do. I just, when the governor tells me they're in negotiations, even the administration, the federal administration say they're talking, and I think there's stuff on the table going on behind the scenes. I believe that. If the governor tells me, he's not going to tell me that if it's not going on. And it is. And Senator Finney's, as the loyal opposition, that's his job to say stuff like that, whether he knows it to be true or not. I think they are. I disagree with him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, doesn't it strike you as odd that where the governor is sitting there saying he's got a plan, but he hadn't submitted a plan? There's no detailed plan.
No,
never anything.
when you're in negotiations,
and then goes to the feds and says to Sebelius, "Well, you come up with it." Well, I mean, they came up with their plan. I mean, that was the Affordable Care Act.
I'm not working on this behind the scenes. I'm in real estate business. I negotiate all the time on stuff like this. You don't always lay your cards on the table first. You got to figure out what you think's going to fly before you do it. And I don't see anything at all wrong with that.